Hello and welcome to Taurus season. So today, the 20th of April, 2025, the sun moves into Taurus and will be here until the 20th of May, 2025. So Taurus season, particularly in the Southern Hemisphere, we're moving into autumn here. So it's a time for kind of slowing things down a bit and becoming more methodical and more looking at what we can plan, what we can work on in the background, what we can sort of create foundations and structures in the background that are going to sustain us through the quieter seasons. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere watching this, then you're moving into springtime. And so it's a time for growth. But either way, one of the really important things about Taurus season is that it's a time to connect with nature. And especially at this time in the world where everything's so crazy and everything is so sort of unreliable and chaotic and we're just not sure what to, it's such an illusion all around us that, what is real and what never changes with the seasons is nature. So during this solar month, it's really important, if you can, that you connect with nature as much as possible. So whether that means, going for a swim in a lake or the sea or a river, or whether it means going for a walk on a beach, or whether means going into the forest or just going outside and standing on your grass on your lawn, whatever it might be, it is really important to connect with nature and really use this time to ground yourself. Because when we're grounded, we can be a lot more productive because we know what we're doing. We're not sort of flighty. We're not all stuck in our heads. We're actually looking at what we can plan and what we can get on with, and we can make things start happening. So it's a really good time for, to get in touch with nature, to ground yourself, and to look at what you can create during this time in the background. So building up on knowledge, building up on your gifts and talents and what you're good at, building up on your skills, and just building up on everything that you're working on, that you just need to have more of a foundation or more of a base that you can then create from as time goes on. So, really look after yourselves during this time. I do notice that the change of seasons, I think, are the time where people are often the most susceptible to bugs and flus and colds that are going around. So look after yourself during this transition time as well. So the other thing with Taurus energy, it's very driven by money and security. So during the solar month, you might feel more triggered in that area. So it might be that you can use this time to create other ways that you can make money and feel more secure and look after your assets better. Or you could use this time to realize that your attitude towards money needs to change maybe and not be so driven and having money being the be all and end all in your life. As one of the big lessons for Taurian people is that the only true security in life is inner peace, and no amount of money is ever going to buy that. So it's always important to be aware of your attitude towards money and whether it actually favors you. Because if you're living in fear of never having enough and money doesn't come in fast enough for you, whatever it might be, if you're living in fear because of that, you're creating blockages to that flow. But if you just allow money and allow energy to flow and just think, well, okay, I've got a bill to pay. I don't have the money right now, but it'll come. It will come. But when you start worrying about it too much and fretting about it and going over and over it in your head, it's like you create a brick wall in front of you that the money cannot get through. So just be aware of looking at your attitude towards money during this solar month and seeing if it needs to be sort of lightened up a bit, really. That's usually the case for most people and not worried about it. And I know we're in a time where things are changing in a lot of ways financially for a lot of people, but we've got to keep optimistic and keep aware that you will always be looked after by the universe. The universe will never let you down. And, for many people out there, there's so much fear when things get tight, when things get less than what they're used to. And this is where we've really got to look to our spiritual values and realize, the higher self would never worry about such a thing. The ego spends all its time worrying about such a thing. So if you're finding you're spending too much time worrying about money or worrying about your future or worrying in general, just know you're too stuck in your ego mind and you need to move into the higher self energy. And the easiest way to do that is just to drop into your heart. Get out of here and into here. It's a much better place to be. One other thing with Taurus season, one of the other big challenges and lessons that many Taurian people have to go through, and anybody when we're working through Taurus season, is issues to do with forgiveness. And often for a lot of people, it's self-forgiveness. There's something that you've done in this life or something that's happened along the way that's made you feel that you can't forgive yourself or you can't get past that because what you did was really bad, or someone's done something else to you and you're still unable to get past that. So it's a good month to actually look at those forgiveness issues and do some work on them. Let yourself off the hook. Forgiveness is about, is about setting yourself free and not letting yourself be caught up on something that's past, gone, already done and dusted. So enjoy this video, and there is a blog post with a lot more information about the Taurus season as well. So have a read of that too if you'd like some more information, and enjoy this time. Get out there and get into nature. Bye.